So, like, obviously, I wanted to talk about then, obviously, the pros and cons of renting compared to home ownership. There's obviously some people that are more than happy if they have to rent the rest of their life, they're happy doing that. Some people are renting maybe at the minute but want to move into home ownership. Is there pros and cons between each of them? Obviously, I suppose a lot of it boils down to personal circumstance.
It's completely personal. Everybody has excuse me, everybody has their own desires. So for instance, very briefly to run through the difference. So the benefits of renting a house, we've already said it. You don't have to worry about a large deposit. You can actually move from house to house. You can maybe setup costs are a lot less. You can maybe get a house that is already furnished. Your maintenance costs are a lot lower. So if there's a plumbing issue or a maintenance issue, a landlord is generally going to cover that for you. The downsides to renting is that you don't know how long are you going to actually have the house for. You might have a tenancy. Generally it's for 6 months or 12 months, but after that 6 or 12 months there's no guarantee that you're actually going to remain in that property. So there's a lot of uncertainty there. And then also sometimes there's the gripe with, will a landlord actually repair things that's wrong with the property, and you're left in a property that's maybe faulty heating or cold or damp or anything like that. Compare that to owning your own property. It's everybody's dream and vision to own their own house. It's an asset that you're working every month, that you're paying money into something that is actually yours. You can then put your own stamp on the property. So if you want to paint it, you can paint it. If you want to change the kitchen, you can do that. Whereas in a rental property, you can't do that. And then ultimately, it's a property then that if the property prices rise, you're gaining off the back of it, and it could be something you either cash in, you have extra money, or you simply move to a different area, bigger house, and just keep progressing that way.
Just to touch on the point, obviously, that you made there about excuse me, doing up, or painting a rental property or whatever. You could go ahead maybe and do that. Your landlord's probably going to be more than happy for you to do that.
Generally, you have to ask for their permission first of all. Yes.
But if you're doing that, you're doing up essentially someone else's home.
Yeah, you're potentially adding value to somebody else's property.
So I suppose it's a sticky situation. You want it to be as nice as possible, but if the landlord's not going to do anything and you decide to, you're doing it off your own back, and potentially for someone to move in 6 months' time or 12 months' time. I suppose then when you balance it out, a rental property allows that flexibility, as you said. If you're maybe in a house that you're not particularly happy with, once your lease is up, you can move on and choose somewhere else to live. A mortgage is obviously tying you down, but then you're tied to what you can do.
Yeah.
In terms of a rental property, whereas if you own your house or you're currently paying the mortgage in your house, it's up to you to do what you want, and it gives you that option.